everyone, this is SF Ninja. Today I'm wearing the mirrored visor on my helmet. It's slightly tinted and I don't have to wear sunglasses. I tested it out yesterday with the camera. And let me reset the trip meter. And the picture quality doesn't really seem to be changed much by the tinting. Alright, so I'm heading to Topanga Canyon. This is actually a more like take two of yesterday's video. It turned out that I wasn't yelling into the mic loud enough. So I have to re-record the whole damn thing today. So what's new? Well, today I am wearing contact lenses. This is the first time I've worn contact lenses. And one of the reasons that motivated me was reading this book on sport riding, and one of the footnotes, or one of the little sidebars, mentioned how it could be dangerous to wear glasses when you're riding a motorcycle. If you fall on your face, sometimes the glasses might, gouge your face or even stab out your eye. And there's other reasons, like playing sports and having to push up your glasses constantly. That's kind of a pain in the ass. But contact lenses were pretty difficult to put in. The very first time I had to put them in, it took me about an hour. The second time I got it down to about 20 minutes, and today I did it in about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It took 6 attempts to stick the contact into my right eye, and I did it on the first try on my left eye. I've got the camera set a little bit higher, so I think I should get rid of the chin bar that normally sits in the bottom of the screen. But that makes it so that the microphone is a little bit higher up, which means I have to yell a bit louder for my voice to carry to the microphone, which is on top of the camera. So anyway, today I was going to talk about something that one of the comments mentioned about how I got licensed to ride a motorcycle and what was the process. So I guess I'll quickly run through that. This is for people living in California, basically, what they have to go through. See, the first thing I did was I went out and bought a bunch of gear because I was really excited about riding. But conventional wisdom says don't do that, because you might find out that you don't really like riding a motorcycle, and then you've wasted all that money buying gear. And you really don't need much gear for your Motorcycle Safety Foundation basic rider course. You need to have a pair of gloves, and you need to wear a pair of proper boots that go above the ankle. And they supply the helmet, they supply the motorcycle. And you're allowed to wear jeans, because you're only going to be traveling about 10 or 15 miles an hour for the most part. And you'll never crack 25 miles an hour during your basic rider course. So anyway, I went off and bought gear because I was really committed to the idea of riding anyway. And next thing I did was I signed up for the classes. There was one classroom session about 4 hours long, and there were 2 riding sessions, also about 4 to 5 hours long each. on the weekend. And the waiting list to get into these classes was about 2 months at the time that I signed up with myself and a couple co-workers. So anyway, we waited for 2 months. Then the first thing we did was went to the classroom session. And there were about, I guess, 40 people in the class. And they broke us up into after we did a bunch of paperwork at the beginning, waivers and that sort of thing, then we signed up, we broke up into groups of about 4 or 5 people each, and we got the handbook, and at the back of the handbook, there's about 100-something questions listed, and each group would answer 3 or 4 of those questions at a time in order. So they go from one group to the next, and each group would read out the answers to the questions to the rest of the class. Then, in between these sessions where we do the group questions, we would watch videos, kind of semi-cheesy instructional videos about things like what to do when you lock your front brake, or what to do when you lock your rear brake, or how to position yourself on the road to maintain maximum visibility. And that pretty much took up the whole time. And after that, it was off to the riding test the next weekend. I'm just trying to blink the contacts back into place here. Sometimes they get a little blurry. Yesterday was perfect. But anyway, back to the MSF. So if you show up for the riding portion late, there's a very good chance you'll lose your spot, because there's always people on standby who want to take your spot. So you have to be there on time. It's state law. So don't show up late. And then otherwise you'll have to end up waiting another couple weeks, or you might have to end up being on standby for somebody else's spot in another class the following week. So at the beginning of the class, they ask, alright, who's ridden a motorcycle before? And the people who have maybe had some exposure to motorcycling, they get to ride the dirt bikes, and maybe I don't know how they decide, because I think they're all like 250cc cruiser bikes. So I'm not sure what difference it makes after that, but the dirt bikes are a little bit taller. The dual sport bikes. They're basically street legal dirt bikes. Mirrors and turn signals. And basically everyone else, like all people like myself who have never ridden before, we just grab whatever 250cc or 125cc motorcycles available. At this point, they sort of run you through the controls of the bike. You're sitting there next on the bike, and they show you where the ignition is, the kill switch. They show you where the gas and all the controls, brake, clutch, and the fuel flow switch. So after they familiarize you with the controls, they line you all up, and they make you duck walk your bike across the parking lot.